Oh, you came back. I'm so glad to see that you survived the week. I was trying some new jokes out on a pair of Raptorixes, but they ran off to murder someone and haven't come back. Here's my new material. What did Scarbrand eat at the carnival? Corn dogs. What did the Huskard play in the marching band? A stone horn. Why did Alariel trust Shalaxi? She could keep her secret. Don't forget to tip your harpy.
Hello Internet, this is Shu, and this is my Warcry Warband for the day. We have, up in front here, sorry, we get their names right because they have very specific names here. We have some Ardboys. These two guys are Ardboys with Auric Forge, Choppas, and Smashes. In addition, we have an Ardboy with the Big Choppa, Auric Forge Big Choppa. Then we have a Brute here with the Gore Choppa. It's hard for me to identify them when they're moving targets here. We have a Brute Boss with Gore Choppa and a head. He brought a head. And then we have, and finally we have a Brute. Which is this guy with the double hand? Oh, the Brute with two Brute Choppas. That's going to be 960 points for my Warcry Warband. This is a non-campaign list for Brent to face off against as a hazard before his next game with Jack's Iron Golems.
Hey everybody, this is Brent, and I'm back with the Untamed Beast. And after they faced off against Jack's Iron Golem in the first game, they didn't get any Destiny levels. I only walked away with 2 glory, but I walked away with fond memories and some cool names. So here we go, introducing the Warband. Let's start with the leader, the Heart Eater. He's still... There we go. There's my finger. He's still unnamed. We're going to see if he does something reputable in this game to earn it. There's my finger. Right. We do have Thuka, the Rock Tusk Prowler. I think he was a fan favorite in that video. He was certainly my favorite. 3 Plains Runners, and the only one really that matters is Ugala Heart Eater, who's that awesome guy that broke his ankle by jumping off of a bridge. I have... the First Fang Gantul Bloodtooth, and then I have the Beast Speaker Gantul Spine-Render, so they're definitely competing over who is the better Gantul. I rolled up that name twice. And I've got 2 Prey Takers. One is Makot Vornslayer, and he's got a Fanged Axe. And then there's this other, right here, the other Prey Taker with the Bone Saw, or the Sawtooth Blade. And now he's called Bonesaw. I don't even need to roll for him. No, at one point I might roll an official name for him, but we're still going to call him Bonesaw. It doesn't matter. Yeah. And that's going to be 1,000 points of Untamed Beasts.
Warcry, my first game.
Mm-hmm. So we start with the priority roll, just a d6. I mean, I know it's hard for you, but whoa! We got the same, so now we got to roll again. Oh.
I got 4.
That's nuts. Oh, shoot. Okay, so you have the priority, so now there's going to be several moments throughout setting up the game that you're going to be making decisions. So next, we will go into putting our warband into battle groups. Since I lost the priority roll, I have split up my warband into battle groups first. Here's the shield. That's the 2 Plains Runners, the Heart Eater, and the Prey Taker with the Sawtooth Blade. And here's the dagger. That is the Rock Tusk Prowler and the Beast Speaker. And over here, the hammer with the First Fang, the Prey Taker with a Fanged Axe, and another Plains Runner.
All right, I won the priority roll.
Right.
So, thanks, Jack. Thanks. I won the priority roll, so I got to divide up my battle groups second. I have the shield here with 2 Auric Ardboys, the hammer with the Brute with 2 Auric Forge Warblades, and 1 Ardboy as his buddy. We're dividing up into buddy groups here because we don't want to get lost in the Chaos Wastelands. And then I've got the dagger here. Hammer and dagger. So that's with my leader and his enforcer. That is going to be how I divide my battle groups.
Shu, you won the priority roll, so you get to be the dealer. You get to draw the battle plan card. So let's start with the terrain deck here at the top.
This is our terrain layout.
Cool. We'll take a little bit of a look at that in a second. What do you got next for the deployment deck?
Knife to the back.
And next is the victory deck.
The hidden artifact.
And the twist
Which
deck.
apparently you keep in your back.
Hidden artifact in my back. Enervating totem?
The enervating totem.
That's a word? Okay, we're going to take a look at these, and then we're going to tell you exactly what type of game we're
We're going
playing.
to go Google enervating.
We got a moment to take a look at these rules, so let me just show you a little bit closer. This is a pretty scarcely... It's not a lot of dense terrain on this board, but that's going to be the top, which is important. So then we're looking at the knife to the back deployment. The daggers are not going to arrive until battle round 3, so it's just going to be the shield and the hammers set up equally. The victory condition, the hidden artifact. This is, I really didn't understand this until I read kind of this flavor text. Beyond the web of illusion and trickery lies the prize. So we're going to be fighting over objectives that may or may not be real and are going to disappear. We're going to place one treasure token on the battlefield floor at the center of the battlefield. Then starting with a player who won the priority roll, each player places one treasure token on the battlefield, more than 9 from any other treasure tokens, and more than 4 from the battlefield edge. At the end of the first battle round, the players roll off, and the winner picks one of the treasure tokens or a piece of treasure that's being carried and removes it from the game. And at the end of the second battle round, the opposing player does the same. So this only goes for 3 battle rounds, and when the battle ends, the player whose fighter is carrying the remaining treasure wins the battle. But of course, since this is Warcry, if no one is carrying that treasure, it will go until somebody does. Now, in the first game that Jack and I played, we forgot our twist that added +1 strength, so now we're going to for sure not forget this twist that subtracts 1 from the strength characteristic to a minimum of 1 of attack actions made by fighters that have a range of 3 or less. So, of course, Shu and I would play the
weak one.
Yeah, the derpy game where artifacts are disappearing, all of our guys are terrible. It's going to be great. There we go. Our board has been set up, so now we're going to move on to the next phase. We've set up our armies here. Our daggers are both deployed off the table edge, and they're both R&D 3, so they're showing up much later. Battle round 3. Over here, I have my shield. I have my hammer. And we've got the hammer and the shield over here.
And I have a quick update. 2 things. One, I'm at 965 points instead of whatever I said. And in addition, enervating means drained of energy.
Got it. And now the objectives have been set up. So we have 3 treasure tokens. So treasure in Warcry, all you have to do is make a move action near it and say that you can pick it up. You carry that treasure until you use an action to drop it, or you get taken down, which then you drop it automatically. Somebody else can go grab it. So we want to go ahead and control these pieces of treasure, but at the end of battle round 1 and 2, one of the pieces of treasure is going to disappear. So really, there's some illusion magic going on, and our armies of dumb brutes are running toward the shiny things, but they're going to be really disappointed when they just poof in their hands.
They open the case up and there's a Bretonnian Grail. Who needs this? Hey, question for you. Does it cost an activation to pick it up?
It doesn't. I mean, as long as you
put it down, right?
It's just to put it down. You can just do it as part of a move action.
Okay.
So basically, they just run in there and grab it and go.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, fast food. So now we're going to start the game. We can roll for priority.
Quick note: we're using Buster Attack, this little glob of gunk here, to keep these things locked down. It's something that was mentioned on GMG recently, so I thought it was a good idea. And just to give credit where it's due, let's roll some dice, Brent.
Yeah, and by priority roll, I meant initiative roll.
Initiative.
Rolling the initiative dice. Ooh, okay. So we are looking for singles, doubles, triples, and quads. So in this case, I have 2 singles, a 2 and a 3, since I don't have any other 2s or 3s. I have a pair of 4s, that's going to give me a double, and a pair of 6s, that's going to give me another double. Shoot, what you got?
I got 1 double and then 4 singles.
Okay, so right now, you have the initiative.
Because I have more singles.
You have more singles. So now we would be adding our wild dice, which...
I'm feeling wild.
Where do we... Oh, they're so wild, they're still in the case.
This place is... Our setup here is a little bit of a mess, but we're hoping that most of it will be out of frame for most of this game.
So you get to assign your wild dice first because you have the initiative.
And now to assign my wild dice, I roll it and then place it, correct?
No, you don't have to roll it. You can just...
I just pick
you
it.
can assign it to make it a single for a dice that you don't have to have a 5th single, or you can make it a 2 to turn this into a triple, or you could turn it into any one of these to make them a double. So, and there are some abilities that are dependent on what the value of the dice is. So if you had a double 6, there's some abilities
That's crazy,
that's better than a double 3.
Yeah, so actually, I'm going to do that. I mean, I've got to duff up the big thing here, so I'm going to add a double 6.
Double 6.
And then I'm dangerous.
Cool. So now I have the option that if I was to assign this as a single, we would then dice off to see who gets to pick who goes first, because we would have the same number of singles.
I think you should do that. You want to do that?
I could, or I was like, I don't know what I can do with a 666 right now, even though that just sounds cool. But you know, I think I'm gonna do it anyway. Let's go for a 666.
666.
You will get to pick who gets to activate a fighter first. But you will have double 6, double 2. I've got 666 and double 4s. And then the singles, we discard those.
My first activation, I'm going to activate this brute up here, and I'm going to move. So he's going to move up 3, just kind of into outer space, down, clunk. He's this is not quite 3 inches.
We're awaiting Games Workshop commentary. We're still playing it this way.
Yeah. I mean, there's a picture in the book that says that this is 3 inches. That's wrong because of rulers. But that said,
it could just be an example of, here's what things look like.
Right. I'm just going to move a little bit further and activate his pickup. So he now has this. And then I'm going to move this guy as well.
Oh, whoa.
I don't get to move 2 guys. So, Brent, what are you doing?
Let me figure out who I want to activate.
Cool. What are you doing, Brent?
I'm going to activate the first Fang, Giantol Bloodtooth. And he was a boss with this spear in the first game, and he knocked that armator off a building. He's going to move 4. And now he has an ability called Harpoon Snag. It's a triple, so I'm going to use my 666s to activate this. I make a bonus attack action, and after the attack action, the fighter targeted by the attack makes a bonus move action directly toward this fighter as if they were jumping, number of inches equal to the value of this ability. So let's see, with his spear, he's got 2 attacks here. Let's go ahead and find out the toughness for the
toughness
brute.
of the brute is going to be a 5.
5, all right.
However, it's -1 because of the enervating totem, right?
Yeah, well, my strength is -1.
Oh, okay.
I now have a wonderful strength of 3. So I am...
Good luck.
Yeah, I'm hitting you on 5s. Let's see what I can do. So I do nothing, but at least I still pull you. I don't actually have to do damage to do that. So
okay, the effect goes off.
Yeah,
Now I have to move.
Now you have to move 6 inches directly toward me, counting as if you were...
Where's that ruler?
Oh.
Where's the ruler? What happened?
Oh.
Okay.
I forgot, because you're moving in my turn.
Yeah, it's fun. I love it. I'm just gonna stick my orc right in your craw.
All right, there we go. So I definitely just did Scorpion. Get over here! I've only used 1 action. That was an ability in between my actions, so I can just make an attack action now that he is within range.
Now you're gonna play Slappin' Orc.
I'm gonna play Slappin' Orc. I'm going to attack with my axe. I have 3 attacks, and again, that toughness 5, my strength is down to 3. Needing 5s.
No,
I
we got one.
It's just 1 damage, so
Nice.
That's nothing to you. Yeah.
I'll put a wound down on this guy who has 25 wounds. For my activation, I'm going to move this Ardboy from my shield, and he's going to pick this thing up by moving 3 and come back. So I'll stick this on his character sheet instead of sticking it directly on the miniature, which made me like cringe at my own paint job. So now he's certainly carrying the treasure, and so pleased with poster attack. Simple minds, really simple pleasures, and that's going to be my activation this turn.
I'm going to activate the Prey Taker with the Fanged Axe.
Nice.
The Vorn Slayer. I always forget his first name because he hasn't done anything awesome yet. So he moved for his first action. Now he's going to attack for his next action.
Let's see some dice.
Yep, and kind of same thing. He's got 3 attacks. He's down to strength 3. 4 damage on a crit, so I'm needing 5s.
2. 1.
There's 2 damage from that. Ooh. So that's all he's got. Real quickly, what's that line in Watchmen where Rorschach is like, "I'm not in here with you." Or,
Yeah, I'm not stuck in here
I'm
with
stuck
you.
in here. Yeah, you're in here with me. That's what this orc was thinking. He wanted this to happen.
Yes. Yeah. Well, let's hope that pays off. Actually, I don't know if I can dice this guy. So, who's next?
Back to you. Yeah.
Back to me, right? I gotta move a dude. I'm gonna move. This guy here. He's just gonna go 6 into space, and then come down right about here. Doop.
Whoa. Going to activate this unnamed Planesrunner. Is he going for a title here? He's going to move his 5. Now he's going to take a swing at the Orc Brute. 3 attacks, strength 2 now, but still wounding on 5s. Let's get those 3 damage crits on a 6. Nope, I got one. It's just a single damage. Again, they're just
Plinking away. For this activation, I'm going to move this Auric Ardboy. He's just going to go he's going to come over to this way. So, right about to there. And that's it for me.
That's everything you got. Let's see what the Untamed Beast can unleash on this Orc Brute. Going to activate Ugla Heart Eater.
Let's have it.
His ankle is still swollen from the last game. I'm actually going to move him. Since he was in range. This is kind of like a pile-in type of thing where it's a move action, but it has to be equal to or closer to the distance of the nearest enemy model. So in this case, I just moved him over. That was for 1 action, and then his second action, he'll make an attack with his massive strength of 2. There's another
1.
single damage.
Plinking away. Guess I'm out of dudes. Brent's got to go.
Yeah, he's just got to wait. Next Planesrunner, gonna scoot in, making room. Going for that attack. Ooh, a crit. For 3 damage.
Ooh.
She's going for the name this turn because that's the best thing I've done all
The whole time. Just for those keeping track, this Auric Brute is down to 17 wounds. Who's ready?
Bonesaw is ready. No.
Well, yeah, he's got an inch, so you probably just hang out where he was.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's got to move in a little bit. There we go. Now he's within an inch, and he's going to swing the the sawtooth blade, right? He has 4 attacks with this, actually, but he's strength 2. Crits are 4 damage, though. Let's see. No, absolutely nothing. Bonesaw
is not ready.
Not ready.
Alexa, is Bonesaw ready? She doesn't.
I don't know that.
No.
I have a skill you might like. It's called It Is Written. Want to try it?
And lastly, I have the Heart Eater, my leader. Since you can't normally move through terrain, but if it's an archway or a door,
you can move
right through it, provided you complete your move action. So now he's in. He's taking a swing with his bone axe. Doesn't have a name. But he's strength 3 now. Crits are 5 damage, so I can do this. Be a hero. 10 damage.
10 damage. Oh my gosh.
Still
7 wounds.
I want to say that this is hurting me, but actually you're just toughness 5, so I don't. I got nothing to know what he's strength 5.
And crits are crits.
Crits are crits for the victory. we now get to dice off, and the winner gets to delete one of the treasure tokens from the game, and then in the end of the second battle round, the opposing player will get to do the same. So here we go. Shu, we are dicing off. I get to delete one. I'm not going to delete this one, in spite of this guy being unkillable. But I'm going to go ahead and delete that one.
Gotcha.
So that'll work. Whatever shiny thing he was holding
is gone.
Turned to dust.
A chalice. Now we are establishing our currency dice, right?
Yeah, going back to initiative. I think we need we don't have like 6 robot dice. This is just like many dice roll off.
Yeah, the many dice
for it, I guess. Many dice roll off. Initiative roll. Here we go. Well, I have 4 singles and a double 4.
Well.
Yeah. So I have priority.
Mm-hmm.
And my wild dice, I think I do need to use this. This is a real, look at that. It's like a warpstone dice. I don't think that I wanna wait. I'm gonna need this for something, and I might I'll make it maybe into a triple. No, we'll make it into another double. We'll go for a double 6.
Gotcha. And
what are you gonna do with yours?
I'm gonna make this another double, I think.
Cool.
Here.
So in that case, I get to pick who goes first, and you've got 3 doubles. I've got 2 doubles.
Mm-hmm.
After my Heart Eater did those 2 crits, he did 10 damage, and I'm about to activate him. It's time for him to be named. He has earned his place as the leader of my warband. His name is going to be Shroya, and his last name is Cleft Skull. I like it. Let's also see what is his background. Let's roll a d6 here. He is the Destroyer. This warrior hates city dwellers and seeks to burn down all signs of civilization. Well, he's also not too bright, and he has this conception in his head that orcs live in these big cities.
Or maybe he's competing for their ability to burn stuff down.
That's true. Maybe he's like, hey, there's not enough cities to burn down, and you're in my way.
Yeah, or maybe just like stabbing dumb orcs in the face.
Shroya Cleft Skull is going to attack this orc before he just absolutely massacres somebody in my warband. So I'm going to use my double and use the universal ability Onslaught. I get +1 attack to all of my attack actions for the rest of my activation. So since I'm already in range, let's see if he can go ahead and do that twice. He's got 4 attacks. His strength is 3. So
Sweating it.
He's wounded on 5s.
But crits are crits.
Okay, so there's 2 damage. You've got 5 left?
7 left.
Oh, and I forgot my +1 attack.
But now 5, yes, after the 2.
Oh, didn't do anything. Okay, so he's going one more time.
Yep.
Can he take him down? 1 crit, and you're down. No!
Uh-oh.
I might need to take his name, but maybe the Cleft Skull is his skull. We're gonna find out.
We'll see. We'll see how well I roll. So this orc is he's mad. Say the least. I'm gonna use one of my doubles, and I'm going to duff up the big thing. This ability works like this. Until the end of this fighter's activation, add 2 to the attacks and strengths characteristics of attack actions made by this fighter that have a range characteristic of 3 or less, and that target an enemy fighter with a wounds characteristic of 15 or more. Since Brent's leader has a wound characteristic of 20, I'm going to duff up that big thing. My normal attacks value is 4, my normal strength value is 5. So the 4 goes up to a 6 for the attacks characteristic, and the 5 goes up to a 7, but back down to 6, which still...
After the twist. Still wounding me on 3s, I'm only toughness 4.
Right. So, I need to roll 3s to wound, right?
3s to wound, yeah. And how much damage for your regulars and your critical hits?
My regular damage is 2.
Okay.
Criticals are 4.
Great.
Here we go.
Ooh, off to... So there's 4.
4,
and then
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
10, and that's
11,
for...
12, right?
Oh, yeah, for the 3, yeah. So you've done 12.
12.
And then you get to do it again.
Yeah, I'm going to do that again.
Yeah, okay.
So, here we go.
Oh, boss. Oh, my gosh. He's super dead. Or just barely dead. 20 wounds, right?
Yeah, well,
there's
that's so 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19,
20. Just enough. Shroya Cleft Skull might have just
His
had
skull
his
is
skull.
cleft.
His skull is cleft.
Who's ready?
Bonesaw is ready. This is. I need to. So I was trying to think of if I should disengage some of these fighters, but no, I need to just attack him until he's dead because then I don't have to disengage. The other fighters can just move and.
Right, you can
Carry
seize that
on.
objective
Right.
too.
If
So
I can do 5 more damage to this guy, so let's go.
I think you got
with Bonesaw. Maybe he's going to earn his real name now. He's Strength 2 with 4 attacks, maybe 5s. He's got nothing for the first attack activation.
crits or crits though. Let's see.
Second attack activation. Hey, there's 3, and they're all 2 damage each. He did it.
He did
6
it. He
damage.
killed that orc.
Yes. He's
Okay,
definitely
take
earning his
him
name this turn.
out of the picture here. Oh, get stuck on his. Okay, now you obtained a treasure token
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
from this orc. Let me.
Well, it shows up. You place it within an inch of where he.
Oh
was.
well, yeah. I can't
So
like.
one of my guys will have to move to take it. But that'll
There
be
you go.
part of it.
Well, I mean, it's not
They're
gonna
all
fly
just-
far. They're all. they're all- We are going to move this our boy 3 to obtain the objective and move right back to his original position. So he's just gonna pick this thing up.
After all this carnage, he's still just over here chasing
Chasing the loot.
the loot.
Play to the objective, everybody.
Smart. I'm gonna move the Vorn Slayer. Still don't know what a Vorn is. He's gonna go 4. And he's gonna go 4 again. He doesn't want you to get away. I don't have any attacks.
Yep.
But at least maybe next turn he'll be able to do some damage.
For this, we're going to move. So we have to do a zone defense now because we can't. We're not man to man anymore. So that orc's just gonna be in the way.
Yeah, my one guy got through, and then you're like, hey, you can't do that. Ugla Heart Eater. He's the Heart Eater now that the Heart Eater's dead. He's going to move 5.
Mm-hmm.
Or sorry, he's going to move 5 over here. He's going to try and be smart. Then he's going to take a swing at you. With his 3 attacks, his strength of 2. What is the toughness on the Ardboy? I mean, I know it's more than 2. I was just curious. Is it 4 or 5?
Our boy's toughness is the star icon in the wheel, right? Or is it the fist? The fist is their strength. So the toughness is 4 on this guy.
Got it. Well, I'm still needing 5s, but yeah, he does
No.
absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
Way to go, dude.
You don't mess with orcs.
And
All right.
the Ironjawz.
In this case, yes, this is a gate here, right? Does it cost me an action to open the gate?
No, you
Can
can
I just move through
actually,
it?
you can move through it as long as you can complete a move action going through it. You can't end, halfway.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I can put myself right on the other side of this gate, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
So we'll do that. Can I
The
come
orc
back in
can
here?
open doors. Oh my god.
The orc can open doors. He kind of opened it with his face, probably. But I do remember that your knife is going to come over here on this side, right?
That's true. The dagger is
the dagger.
is coming.
So, there's going to be a mix-up on this side of the table still, and I don't know that my knife's going to matter, because, yeah.
Guys
those
ain't
guys
too-
are ultra slow.
The next plains runner who would like to take a swing at this Ardboy running up there, and the 3 attacks, strength 2, toughness 4. Crit! So there's 4
One hit and one
damage.
crit.
There's 3 and 1. 4 damage
Nice.
to that Ardboy.
Well, he's going to take 4 damage, 3 damage.
4 damage. Here we go with the next plains runner. She's going to run up and attack. She's going to try and outdo her brother here.
She
Well,
does.
Still pretty good. 3 damage with that critical hit.
Mm-hmm. And do you want to... Oh, right. You're out of attacks. So, great. 3 damage.
Trying to see who Dantle Bloodtooth, the first Fang, can see. I feel like this guy is going to be blocked, so unfortunately he's just going to have to move 4, but he is picking up the treasure. He is the treasure man. Oh.
Yeah.
We'll
Stick it on his card.
stick it on his card for now. I mean, yeah. And now he can throw his spear 8 inches. Like I was saying, I don't think that I can see him because he's behind another fighter. So I'm just going to throw it at this guy right here. I know he can definitely see this guy. So he's going to throw the
Stick him.
spear. He's got 2 attacks. He's only strength. It's normally strength 4, now it's strength 3. So this one actually the twist is affecting me here, because now I'm not doing that damage.
Well, that's too bad. It's my turn to pick which treasure goes in the trash.
He was so excited to find this, and it just turned to
dust.
To dust in his hands, and,
Yes.
and then he forgot about it, and he wanted to go kill stuff, so no big deal. Did he find?
Yeah,
What did he find?
he thought he had the Labyrinth 2 DVD.
Labyrinth 2. I don't know, what's a good Warhammer thing? Tomb Kings? Yeah. They just...
Oh, I know. He had a big box of Glade Guard.
Oh, yeah.
And now they're gone. Going into turn 3, we know that this treasure's real. We're dicing off now.
Many dice roll off.
Yes.
These initiative dice.
The many dice roll off.
Many dice roll off. Here we go. Ooh, triple 5 and 3 singles.
Yeah, I got 2 doubles and 2 singles, so you're going to take the initiative.
I'm taking the initiative, so my wild dice, let's turn this into quad 5.
Ooh, quad 5. He's got a quad. Ugh.
But do you want to try... So right now, if you add a wild dice and you add one more single, we will dice off to see who picks who goes first. So if that's important to you, keep that in mind. You could leave it to a dice roll.
I want to read my triples real quick and see if that's worth it. Brent, I've decided to add my wild dice to create a triple here. Now, the reason why I did that is because I've got this ability that is going to allow me to move really quickly, but I didn't know whether or not the ability is going to affect the model that you cast the ability versus the models that are affected by the ability. So you looked it up in the book, and the wording is as such.
Yeah, well, and also real quickly, in Age of Sigmar, when you have an ability, you are in range of your own ability.
Right,
So
but this
if
is
you
not
have-
Age of Sigmar, so
Right,
we
it's not
didn't
Age
know.
of Sigmar, right. So but we're thinking, is it the same there? So they did mention here, if a rule or an action or ability performed by a fighter refers to other friendly fighters, it means fighters from that fighter's warband, excluding itself. So they did make a distinction here that if it says other friendly fighters, it's even in quotations, then you would exclude yourself. So in this case, he benefits from his own Wa, and I think that makes sense, right? He has Wa, he gets excited, the other guy's like, oh, you said Wa? I'm excited too. Great.
Yeah, it does make a lot of sense. But basically, I love the fact that they included this distinction in the rules because AOS didn't have that to begin with. Good job, Sam.
Things I want to do. This is really bad, or this is about to look really bad. So we want to make sure that we find out what Bonesaw's real name is. It's it's also Thuka. Oh, Thuka's not going to be happy about that. And his last name is Plains Runner, but he's not a Plains Runner. So, yeah, he's...
Nothing makes sense.
I understand why he goes by Bonesaw.
named the dog Indiana.
And with that, since I have the initiative, I have to set up my dagger. So I get to set up wholly within 3 inches of my deployment line, which on the deployment card has been this whole line right there. So I'm going to set up the Beast Speaker, and so that's Gantel Spinerender, who's competing, who gets to be named Gantel, and now Thuka, the Lion King, is going to be competing with, Bonesaw, real name Thuka. That's my setup.
Brent, I'm going to do some shenanigans with my deployment.
Yeah, I mean, it says you have to set up, if you've got this is the deployment line, you have to set up wholly within 3 inches. So really, that could put you over here, even if it's into the other quadrant of the board.
We're going to do that.
Yeah, wholly within 3.
Yeah. It's going to get me close.
Wholly
Closer.
within 3.
Yes, right next to the Auric latrine. Okay, let's do some stuff.
Thuka just showed up, and he's hungry.
The other Thuka.
The real Thuka. Yeah. I've got my quad 5. I'm going to use Unleash the Beast. Until the end of the battle round. Let me just make sure he... Yeah, he can. Until the end of the battle round, add half the value of this ability rounding up to the attacks and strength characteristic of attacks actions made by this fighter that are range characteristic of 3 or less. So he is going to go up to... What was it? So 5. So he's going to add 3 more attacks. And he's going to add 3 more strength. So that's going to make him strength 7 minus 1. So he'll be strength 6. And he'll have 7 attacks. But first he's got to move toward you.
Yep.
He's going to move. And then he's going to try take a bite out of you. So your toughness 4.
It's
I'm winning
true.
on 3s. I'm doing 2 damage, and on crit, I'm doing 5 damage.
There's 5.
There's critical hits. There's 5, and
6,
then that's
7.
going to be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Yeesh. Keep it coming.
That's it.
We are gonna use the boss. He's gonna activate the boss. He just very slyly handed me this
Yeah,
thing,
like,
exploded it from outer space. I'm gonna activate my boss, who hasn't earned a name yet. So I'm gonna use this ability called Wah. And what this does is...
Have you ever heard of it?
Have you ever heard of this?
Weird.
Add the value of this ability to the move characteristic of friendly fighters within 6 inches of this fighter when this fighter uses this ability until the end of the battle round. Since it doesn't say other fighters, it also affects himself. This triple is a 5. So we just use one of the 5s as the value of the ability. So it's going to make this dude a movement 8. And we're going to just run him up.
Yeah.
And just...
Where were you going? 8.
I think we're just going to like...
I was like, you can
Run
get
up here and
pretty
murk
far.
this dude.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, it's right there.
Oh, Gantul, no.
Yeah,
And then you're gonna take a swing at him.
I am.
Well, he has
So-
a toughness of 4. So
Yeah, that's cool.
what do you have?
My strength is 6 on this dude.
Okay, well now it's 5, so you still need 3s because Ironjawz are awesome.
Can I use these dice?
Absolutely.
All right,
Yeah.
thanks, Brent. I appreciate that.
I can't roll a save. No save in this game.
I'll need 3 of these.
Okay.
So strength 6, 3s and 6s for my damage here.
boy.
So looking for 3s. 12 damage.
Well, I'm still alive. I have 3 left, but just ran up in the back, smashed him.
That is definitely
Action.
a merc.
That was very orky. He just watched this happen, by the way. This orc just flies by. So
It's like the Arya Stark moment there. It's just like his hair blew. It's like, what was this?
So, as much as I want this guy to try and intercept here, I think my next activation has to be the Vorn Slayer.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. So he's
So
gonna take 2. Yeah, he's gonna get 2 attack actions here.
Mm-hmm.
So he's only strength 3. So I'm needing 5s here. But
Yeah.
I do 2 damage if it goes through.
Mm-hmm.
Or I get 3 crits and they're 4 each, 12 damage.
Yeah,
I killed him. I killed him.
You lopped his head right off.
Oh, never mind. The Vorn Slayer is
Apparently, Vorn means orc.
Vorn means orc. So then you will drop the treasure because this is what we were worried about. If I didn't kill this guy before I was done moving, because you pick up the treasure in a movement action,
yes.
we would have gone another turn. But definitely, we still want to see what plays out here because I might have to make. I'm definitely going to be making some injury rolls here.
It's it's a party.
So for my second action, since this guy is the hero, he's
Hero of the hour.
He's gonna grab the treasure.
But you don't need to move to pick it up. You're within an inch of it. You
No,
can
I
just
have
grab
to
it.
make a move action.
Oh, okay.
Part of a move action.
Well, couldn't you just move like anywhere? Do you have to move toward it?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess I'd have to grab it and at least move back a little.
Oh, okay. So you're still measuring, is what
Yeah.
you're saying.
Yeah. So I grabbed it. I'm good being right there.
Okay.
And now it's you.
Next to this orc here. So this orc has this brute brought a sword the size of a hot water heater, and he's going to move his 8 to get in here and just they're gonna bonesaw off, and just see if I can't drop him in a single combat here.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
I do only have 3 dice with this guy.
Okay.
So he's affected by Wob. That doesn't do anything to affect his combat stats. His strength is going to be 5, and attacks are 3. So let's see what happens here.
Yeah, my toughness is 4. You want to do on 3s then? You got 2.
2. So that's a total of 6 damage.
Ooh, he's still alive.
Who's next?
The Beast Speaker has to make sure that this orc stays out of the way. She's gonna run in right here.
She heard that squeaky gate.
She heard that squeak. She heard somebody messing with their keys. She's gonna go ahead and make her attack.
Fumbling with his keys.
Fumbling with his keys. And I have 3 attacks here. I'm strength 3 now after that the twisty up. So I do absolutely nothing to you.
Oh no!
But you
But you're in the way.
I'm in the way.
Because this guy, this activation's done over here, he can still do his thing, but he's out of jeopardy. This guy's going to attack next. He's going to go for the Heart Eater, right?
Oogla Heart Eater.
Oogla Heart Eater is about to take it. We've got 4 dice to throw, strength 4 on this.
Mm-hmm. I'm toughness 3. So, and then you're -1 strength.
Right. So we're looking for 4s.
Yeah.
Or crits.
Uh-oh. Whoa.
So
How much damage?
it's going to be a total of 5 damage.
5 damage. He's got 3 health left. Oogla's mad. He's going right back, attacking with his strength of 2, 3 attacks. He does nothing.
Nothing. Oh no! All right. This guy in here is going to attack your Whipmaster, the Beast Lord.
Beast Speaker.
Beast Speaker. He's got 3 dice, but he does 2 damage on regulars and 4 damage on crits. So let's see what happens here. Strength 4 on this guy.
And my toughness is 4. Are you base strength 4?
Base strength 4.
So you're down to 3. So
Yeah,
you're needing
needing
5.
fives.
See how you like it.
No, nothing.
You
Nothing
don't
happens. 2 attack actions.
Hey. That was my fault.
5s.
There you go.
It's 1 for 2 damage.
Ow.
Who's next?
Well, it's just gonna go in order here. We've got this Plains Runner going to attack with his strength of 2. There's 1 for 1 damage.
All right. Onto this guy, who's
Yep.
already got some damage on him, I believe.
And he'll go again for 4 more damage. He does 5 damage.
All right. That's not bad. 3 wounds left on that orc.
Can this Plains Runner finish the job? She's hungry. So there's 3.
Yep. He's gone.
He's gone.
Oh, my reputation!
She's going to use her second action just to move there. But now I'm going to activate Gantul Bloodtooth with his 3 attacks that are strength 3 now. He gets 5s. He gets 1 damage? Yep, 1 damage.
Toughness on that dude is a 5.
Yeah. So I got 1
All right.
out of your...
1 wound.
Like,
Out of his 25.
perfect. 35?
Wait. He's the boss, right?
He's the boss.
Yeah, so he's toughness 5, 35 wounds. Have fun. Who's ready?
Bonesaw is ready. Swinging at this brute. He's got a strength of 2, so still needs 5s.
Nope.
He does nothing. Is he going to go again?
There's
he
1.
does 2 damage.
All right.
Way to go, dude.
So, Brent, that is the end of Battle Round 3. You have the treasure token.
Mm-hmm.
So that means you are the winner. Good game,
Clean
buddy.
victory. Good game. Now we're going to move into some post-game rolling. We're going to see what happened because my leader definitely got taken out of action. I might roll some destiny levels, and we definitely need to give a name to this Plains Runner who got a lucky 5 damage in the end right there.
He's a jerk.
All right, lucky Plains Runner. What kind of name do you got? He's also Gantul. 3 Gantools, and he is Gantul Blood. I'm Gantul Bloodtooth.
No, I'm Gantul Bloodtooth.
I'm Gantul Spine-Render. Yeah, a lot of Gantools. Let's just roll like his background too. Oh, he's all. So he copied the leader's background too. He's like, I'm Gantul Bloodtooth, the Destroyer. Yeah, this guy's a joke, but I kind of like it.
Okay, Brent. Since I'm playing a Hazard Army, I'm just going to roll a name for my gang's leader. So you have a nemesis to fight for, fighting us later. So which dice am I rolling first?
I'll roll a D10.
D10. It's going to be a 9, sir.
So that is Zaga. And let's give him a
Zaga.
last name too.
A D10 also?
Yeah, another D10.
7.
Zaga Blackfist.
Zaga Blackfist.
Yeah, and he just knocked my leader out. So that Zaga Blackfist is for sure my arch nemesis who will make up an appearance in the future.
Yeah.
So I'm earning glory. I took part in a battle. I got 1 glory point, or a campaign battle.
Mm-hmm.
I did not take out your leader. Yeah, good luck with that. 35 wounds.
He's a bit of a jerk.
At least 1/3 of the fighters in your opponent's warband were taken down, so I got another glory point. I also won the battle, so I got 5 more glory points. So that 7 is added to my original 2. So now I have 9 glory points.
Time to party. Alexa, play Africa by Toto.
Africa by Toto on Amazon Music.
I assure you we listened to the whole song in entirety, but we don't have the rights for it, so we're not going to include it. Brent, you want to roll on the injury chart for this guy?
Yeah, before that, I'm going to say that I'm declaring that I'm spending 3 glory points on an additional search roll, but we'll do that after. I have to roll to see what happens to Shroya Clefskull. I know it says your leader can't be slain, but in this case, if he is, he's definitely not keeping that name. He's going to be somebody else. So let's go ahead and roll this. Oh, we got... I got a 9, so he's okay. He makes a full recovery. His skull, came back together.
Came back together. Destiny levels, what's going on?
I'm going to roll a dice for every model that survived, which is everyone but my leader. So let's start with Thuka. And he did have a Destiny level from last... I should have used that reroll. I forgot that... Did he get a Destiny? Maybe he didn't. No? I don't remember. I don't think
You should write this stuff down.
Well, I did, but I just forgot. Well, he didn't earn one this game. And the Vorn Slayer, who was awesome, he fails too. The Beast Speaker also fails.
Plains Runner, the...
Ugla Hearteater. No Destiny for him. And now, fake Gantle Bloodtooth. No Destiny. Unnamed Plains Runner. Also no Destiny. Real Gantle Bloodtooth. No Destiny. Come on, Bonesaw. You know you're ready. Okay, so nobody has destiny. Nobody has a purpose in life in my warband.
All they did was muck up some orcs.
And they found the real piece of treasure. I earned a lot of glory. And
Yes.
comically watched my leader get murked by an orc. So
Yes. They
overall
now
great game.
they now have in their possession 20 years of retired Gary Larson volumes. What's going on?
Well, I'm rolling for 2 lesser artifacts since I spent 3 glory. Now, I wasn't able... last time, in the first game when I rolled for a lesser artifact, I rolled nothing but dust. So, I don't have any artifacts. I'm excited to get one. The black is going to be the first dice, so the 10, and this will be the next digit. So that's going to be a 52. That's got to be something good, right? That is a God Beast idol. It is a perishable item that I can add 1 to the value of abilities to a maximum of 6 used by the bearer. I'm going to go ahead and give that to Gantle Bloodtooth, actually, because then, it was cool when he pulled with that spear. Now I can pull somebody 6 inches with a 555 rather than a 666. And the next artifact, so again, that's... 16 again, nothing but dust.
What a disappointment.
It's time for Realm Talk.
Realm Talk.
War Talk.
We're crying.
War crying. War crying.
That was a lot of fun. Did you have fun?
I had a lot of fun, absolutely. Shoo, this is your first game of Warcry, my second game.
Yeah.
What did you think?
What do I think of Warcry? Well, okay. For such a simple... the game conceptually is very simple. What you do for each action, you have an economy of actions that do these special things here. You have some optional special rules you can get to. That's cool. I feel like there's a lot of bookkeeping to do, even with such a small warband. And so, I realized that I was kind of at my learning capacity for what we're doing this round and who has damage on them and which guys I've activated, that kind of thing. Tokens are absolutely critical for that. I think that they helped a lot. But in addition, I was thinking that originally I was going to go on with 3 or 4 different warbands and just paint them all up and do different things. And now I'm thinking, no, I'm going to go deep into one specific warband now. My strategy is to learn them really well and not screw the rules up. I feel like the rules, I'll eventually wrap my head around them, but just the level of stuff to keep track of really surprised me in this game, especially with just 6 dudes. The other side of it is, this is a game of dice where the twists appear to modify whether or not you're able to do damage or buff your ability to do damage. The volume of dice is going to be the rule of the day. And when you're coming to an elite unit army like Ironjawz, they do cool stuff. They have the first 3 abilities on their sheet, half of their special abilities are on doubles, which is the most likely outcome for your economy dice, whatever that is, the many dice roll off. And what that means for you as an Ironjaw player is that you do have a lot of options with your Ironjaw models, but you don't have a lot of options for the Ardboys that you bring along. So it seems like any warband that outnumbers you has more opportunities to crit, has more opportunities to throw dice at you, and that is really your challenge. So you got to be smart about as I kind of cracked about it in the game, I said we're switching to zone defense because you can't do man-to-man anymore. And that's exactly what you have to do with Ironjawz. You have to, really think at the next level ahead and put dudes in the way and that kind of thing.
So you don't get people running circles around you.
Right. And having the shield, dagger, and hammer
that
deployment.
That screwed you up, though.
Yeah, like not being able to use all of the guys.
Or especially the dagger, which was your two most powerful guys off the board until turn. That was just bad luck of drawing the cards, I think.
Yeah, and it's actually a really interesting challenge because what it does for you, though, is it says you have to divide this stuff up as you see fit. And then the challenge will be, okay, now try to win the scenario with your hand tied behind your back, basically. I feel like that level of challenge is really fun for some people. It's a little on the goofy side and unpredictable. So for people that don't love that stuff like I do, they might be a little frustrated by that. Like, okay, I can't win this scenario because my dudes are whatever. I did come out like a freight train, and I did make a tactical blunder here. So I want to point this out. When I ran my leader into your leader, and then I ran my the guy with the brute choppa into Bonesaw, I just wanted to duff up Bonesaw. I really, like, as a player, I wanted to go hurt that guy because I didn't really feel like this model was going to have an impact in the game. But I could have used him to attack Brent's leader and deprive Brent of some dice rolls on the next turn. So, tactically speaking, if you have an opportunity to take a model out when you're outnumbered, always do that. It's never not going to pay off for you, I think. Brent, what did you think, tactically speaking? And you actually called it. You're like, are you sure you don't want to attack this guy?
Well, it was just... the only difference there was... Do you want to attack this guy to make me take an injury roll and see this, this guy that's been cool for 2 games die? It's basically just like, do you want to hurt my soul? Is that what you're going for? Do you want to attack my soul? You can kill the real Gantul Bloodtooth. So this is my second game, and I feel like the games are already really memorable in the way that I want them to. In that I'm like, we're still figuring out the tactics. You talking about the. I think we might have to come up with some best practices for keeping track of the damage, who's activated, but the
or just learn it. Yeah,
that too. But the stuff that I'm still going back to in my head, or when I've been telling people about it, is game 1, my guy with a spear chucked a spear at a dwarf and knocked him off a building, and now going to this one, game 2, that same guy did no damage but pulled an orc with his spear into a mob of all my guys. I surround him. He survives enough to look at my leader and be like, just completely take him out, and then goes down. But like, this is the stuff that I'm really, I was looking forward to, and it's happening already 2 games in.
Yeah.
As far as then like balance too, this was actually a really close game. I mean, Shu had the objective going into, or the treasure going into battle round 3, and my Rock Test Prowler went in there, didn't take him out. It was a big part that this guy rolled 3 critical hits and did 12 damage. Like, I mean, you saw it especially since Ironjawz were tougher, we were down in strength. It was quite possible that I wasn't going to be able to kill that guy, and then that's game if I couldn't take him out. So I did win this back turn 3, and so even though, in a 3-turn game, this did feel very close to me.
Yeah, it did. No, so I actually want to get a little hairy into game design theory for a second here. In Age of Sigmar, you have a strategy phase and a tactics phase. The strategy phase is your list building. That's where you're like figuring out what you're going to do, what your overarching plan is going to be, and you come to the game prepared with this strategy. Some battle plans can mess up your strategy by forcing you to deploy stuff at different times, like meeting engagements is good at that. But the strategy phase for Warcry extends a little bit further into setup. And in this case, I feel like I deployed the objective markers to my advantage the best I could.
Sure.
And so the strategy phase actually went a little bit further past just picking which models I was going to use, and went into the whole, okay, now I can set myself up for success in the best way I think I can.
Yeah, setting up the objectives. And also, I mean, we even looked at the cards. It's quite possible that the dagger is frequently set up in reserve. I'm not sure. I think it was in our first game. Right? Yeah, it was in our first game as well, so that might just be something we have to learn, where maybe you don't want to put something, in the dagger that You want that on the board
battlefield.
turn 1.
Yeah. Well, I
Maybe
love
I
being,
haven't looked at them yet.
yeah. I love being surprised, so I don't want to read the cards in
I like
advance.
that too.
So
I'm not that worried about like, well, what am I gonna put in
Yeah.
my dagger?
Yeah.
It's not gonna break the game for me.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. But if you are interested in having a really tight competitive game of Warcry, that might be something you want to do, is learn the deployments, learn the strategies and the twists and that kind of thing. Read the cards in advance, just to kind of become acquainted with the kind of like, okay, this game generally flows like this.
So we're making a pact to not do that?
Yes.
Okay, good. Perfect.
Yeah. All right, Brent, this is a great game. I can't wait to get my Warband. I'm going to go full in on the Unmade. They go up for pre-order, or are they actually released?
They went up for pre-order today,
Yeah,
and they'll be out next week. So.
today. Yeah, being the Saturday.
This is the day the game came out.
Yeah, Saturday the game came out. So if for you, those of you watching this in the future, this is August 4. Actually, August 3 was when we started. It's midnight now. We're a little foggy. So thanks so much for coming out and spending such a late evening cracking skulls and getting skulls split in Warcry. We're having a good time with it.
He healed his skull. He's fine.
Yeah.
We'll see what
Totally
happens to him in
memorable.
Game 3, though.
Yeah. Game 3 coming up in the next
With
Warcry
no Destiny
video.
levels. I got no Destiny levels in our mini campaign. What?
No. Oh, wait. Let's jump in that real quick. I know we just wrapped up. The campaign... Brent is playing a campaign game against somebody who's not in the campaign as a hazard match.
Yeah, I know you're not supposed to do that, but we just wanted to try out some of the campaign rules before, Shu gets the Unmade, starts playing, before we really find the warband that we want to really go in with. So in this case, we're doing 3 games, or we're doing 4 games, but like Jack and I played, Iron Golems and Untamed Beasts game 1. Then my game 2 is going to be against Ironjawz. Jack's game 2 is going to be against something else, and then we'll meet up again for game 3 to decide who is the victor.
Right. And this actually creates a user scenario that's relevant to you as a viewer. If you are playing a campaign, you can actually go play your campaign game anywhere. So you can bring your campaign list down to your local game shop and play against someone else that's also playing a campaign. And you can actually make progress on your campaign as long as you're doing the bookkeeping right.
Yeah.
It's the honor system, right? You can say you are cracking skulls left and right, but I think it's more fun to keep. Yeah,
right.
I think it's more fun to keep track of the things the way they legitimately fell out. It's going to be more rewarding and more narrative for you that way.
Sure.
I think.
I think we do want to point out, then before we're done, since I think there has maybe been a little bit of a critique about maybe the campaign system for Warcry hasn't been as in depth, but this is, I think this is showing that you can just go play against anybody. This is supporting why it's maybe a little more bare bones, because it's able to work this way, that you can go play anyone at any time, and you don't have to be on the same place on your campaign tracker.
Right, you're not going to have some magic item that's going to make a complete wash. Right. It's going to be you're going to have to work for it.
Yeah. So. How many magic artifacts have I rolled up out of 3 rules? 1.
Well, good game, sir, and thanks for watching.
Yeah.